and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Friday the 12th of January. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Alright, we are arriving at the busiest day of the week. I am expecting Friday to be busier than Saturday and Friday certainly busier than Wednesday or Thursday. So Friday's stake, if you want to be following along, I've gone £33, so we are slightly above stake and a half. So far this week we've invested 20 quid across 2 days, got 33 in 1 day. It is 4 bets. There is an each way Canadian on the jumps, and then I've got a split leg Yankee at Meydan with one race at Wolverhampton, and a split leg Yankee for Dundalk for the Dundalk special. All double figure prices, some decent prices in there as well. So there's a few outrageous looking bets knocking about on Friday, which some I'm sure will get a lot of joy from, irrespective of whether they do all right or not. So yeah, it's been a bit of a late upload. It's taken me a while to just get it right and configure it, and I kind of, my brain's a bit fried now from doing all that, so I'm happy with where I've got to, but I just might be a bit light on the explanations because my brain's going into shutdown mode before bed now. Yeah, we'll I'll do my best to give you some level of explanation about how these random things get picked. We'll get into the review of Thursday, but again, it was looking a bit witchcraft-like, wasn't it? So we're going to go through those. Before that, we'll do the review of Thursday, and we've got a mention on the golf, and I think that's it. Not planning to cover any other topics. Last night's vid was the decent length one, so we'll try and get it done quicker than last night. So, what did we find on Thursday? We had a good day. We had a good day on Thursday. It was pretty similar to Saturday in lots of respects. I had 14.50 on, and I had 53. It was something like 53.92 back, 39.42 profit. It will slightly vary on bet 2, I think. Well, bet 1 actually as well, but I'll come to that. So so Saturday we had a 50-1 horse in a handicap in Ireland get beaten to second, and then a 25-1 shot. It was 25 SP, 20-1 shot going win on the second leg of the extra double. And we almost did it again. Killer She backed in, massive backed in, 12-1 from 40s. And you could have got, when the video uploaded last night, you could have got 50s if you were on at 365. But 40s was the fair price across most bookies. And then, in the morning that just went. So Killer She ran a great race and was second after being massively backed in. Then the 2 Catterick ones were a big disappointment. Of the 8 horses that ran for us on Thursday, they were the only 2 poor ones. And then 355, listen to the lady, that got backed into 5s from 25s. To be honest, when it comes to price crashing and stuff, it definitely much more on my Irish selections. I mean, clearly those 2 were quite significant. And that's why I'll always stand by. I take the price and I do the stats on the price, because long term there will be days where the horses drift and bog would be nice or SP would be fine, but in the long run with my selections, take the price. So what did we have? We had the nice double. So again, it was 40s and 25s for Thursday. Saturday it was 50s and 20s. So it converts basically to 40-1 place double on both of those. So each one of them, I'm talking like this because some people like these sort of numbers. It's a 40-1 place double. If the first leg of either of them had won, that would have been 1,000-1 double. Now do the maths on that, right? So it sounds impressive, 1,000-1, 40-1, whatever it might be. The key thing here is, what is your strike rate? So a 40-1 double, so those 2, we hit one on. And I say double because it was the 2 horses with the extra bet. Hit one Saturday and we hit one again Thursday. That's massively over-indexing in terms of, if they're 40-1 doubles, you should on average get one of them 1 in 40 times you try it. If you're not in favour of, if value's not on your side, then actually you would get them even less frequently than that. But let's imagine I did one every day. On every day I do a channel video. So you're talking about channel videos, what I do, like let's imagine it's 200 odd videos. and they're 40 to 1. 5 a year would break even. I've hit 2, so I've just got 3 more to do. Three more 40 to 1 doubles to do, and that's it. But yeah, I don't know. It's the same thing, right? If you convert that down, that's like an 8 to 1 and a 5 to 1, right? It's winners. So if you backed it in the same way, when you break it down like that, 8 and 5 to 1 win, like 2 winners in a double bet, it doesn't seem that impressive, I don't think. But yeah, 40s and 25s looks good, particularly when one wins and one was. Yeah, we were not far away on 2 different days in the space of 5 of having 1,000 to 1 double. It wasn't to be, but we did get a nice return off that. And then the other one, this was a bit bookie dependent. So here, Sky, 888 and Hills paid the 4th place. So the channel counts it as a return on the place, because that's the T's and C's of the channel from a stats recording that we changed last September. So at least 3 of the major bookies need to pay it for it to count at the end of the race. That was 4th, but no one paid it. And then Due Date was a nice winner, but didn't count for anything on the bet in the end. And Silver Bubble was 4th, and I think Sky paid it. So if you were Sky, you got about 10 quid back on here. If you were 888 or Hills, and as per the channel, it was about 380 or something like that. I think sounds about right, 360 maybe, something like that. It came back for those. And if you were anyone else, you would have got nothing. So 3 4th places and a winner. So not far away from getting a return from everyone, but not quite there. So overall, good day. We're now up for the year/month 34. Is that about 34 quid? But we got 33 going on the line on Friday, so we could end up Friday having a terrible day and only being up £1. And as I always will remind you in these particular moments, it might have been a really good day on Thursday, and it might have looked like that's pretty close to Saturday. But the previous week before that, it hadn't been going very well. Days happen. That, it's not hot patches, cold patches in my view. It does sometimes seem like that, and certain meetings you might be able to get that a little bit, but yeah, I don't necessarily see it like that. So you've got to strap yourself in and be prepared that we had a nice win on Thursday. We could lose everything on Friday. And the back end of last year, Fridays were definitely our hero days. We had a couple of £100 plus Fridays in the last 2 months of 2023, but we also had 3 days in those 3 Fridays in the last 2 months of the year where we lost £20 plus, and one of them I think was a £30 day we lost. So overall it works out profitable, but you have to be prepared that we can get stung at any point, and with the prices I'm playing with, you would assume we'll get stung all the time, but that isn't how it works. But yeah, I'll be honest, it's a little bit gutting to have those 2 doubles in such close proximity, and both of them turned out the same way, a second and a first. But there you go. Last year, I think it was the curse of the other way around. It was we kept getting winners, and then the second leg didn't go follow up. So maybe 2024, this is the year of the first horse comes second, and the second horse wins. But there you go. All right. Before I do Friday's bets, I'll just do word on the golf because that'll just be quick. Not bad start so far, I would say. We've got Putnam and Echeverry who finished 2 under, which is probably looking like about 2 shots from the places, so not too bad. And then Taylor, so that's Nick Taylor, the Canadian one, was a bit up and down, but ended up with an eagle, I think. And so he was 1 under, so he's 3 shots from the places. And at the time of making this video, Buckley's out and was level par. And then the only one that's not doing so great is Ben Taylor, which was the different one, which was the top English market. So yeah, not doing so good on that one, but we'll see. It's not a terrible start, but not an amazing start. I mean, clearly Echeverry was the big. I'm probably butchering the chap's name, but he was the one that had the biggest price on. So to be 2 under after the first round's not too shabby. All right, let's get to Friday's. I don't know what we'll call it. I was thinking of some sort of crazy superlative, and every one that came in my head, I thought I'd sound like a bit of a knob. So we'll just call it the Friday staking plan. Should we do that? Okay, here's my jumps bet. Now, with a jumps bet, I had a short list of 7 races with 8 horses, and I've whittled it down to do it as a Canadian. So a couple of them I've taken out because they were single figure prices. So I've taken out the shortest ones, and then there's one race you'll see I had 2 in, which I've used in a combination double. That's a good point. I didn't mention that when I did the rundown. Got a combination double between my 2 preferred pairs of horses. So the jumps bet. 112 is where we're starting at Naas. It was Fate, and you'll notice that was the race that was originally going to be on Sunday. The meeting got abandoned, and I was keen on Walnut Beach in the comments because it was about 33 to 1. Unfortunately, it's only 14 to 1 at the time of making this video, but you'll see it does appear in the combination double. So 112, my preferred horse is It Was Fate 22s. Then the 130 Wincanton, the Turtle Said 30s. Outside of the fact it ran a poor race last time, that horse should be much, much shorter. 242, we took that last time where it ran this awful race. Let's see if we can lightning can strike again. It ran an awful race, never looked interested, and then the jockey just cajoled it, and it still ended up coming 5th, which paid out, I think, for quite a few bookies, as I remember. Or maybe some. It was 5th. I know some people got paid out, but yeah, watch for that one for Friday, because in running it looks terrible, but it was all right. So Joe's Way or No Way 20s. Then the 307 Sedgefiled Celestial Fashion at 22s, and the 312 Naas. It's the only one of my selections that got shortened up. There's quite a few of them came out, got bigger, but that's the only one that shortened up before making the video. Papa Barnes, you could have got 20s pretty much everywhere, and it's now 12s. So 10p each way Canadian. For ease, we are 50p each way singles on all 5. And then a 45p each way double. So although out of my last 3 Irish horses, I've had a 50 to 1 second, a 40 to 1 second, and a 25 to 1 winner, it's the 2 UK jumps ones where I've got the lean here. So 45p each way double, the Turtle Said and Celestial Fashion. 11.10 is the bet for this one, so it's quite a hefty one. Sky have come out tops, Paddy second, because it's that race in Ireland. I think is it that one that I think Paddy might be 6th place, the same as Sky on, so that's a slight edge on that. 365 third best, and then Unibet, Betfred and Betway. That is bet 1, £11.10. Okay, combo double. These are my preferred 2 races. They're not the best races on paper. There's quite a few races on Friday that pay in 5 places. It is a nice enough day. And that, with that in mind as well, I would flag, I haven't done anything for the channel, but I did pick a horse out last week. I think might be the second time I've done that in the last few weeks, but the Deauville meeting for Friday, it's an all-weather meeting at Deauville, and I think we've got 5 races with 16 runners. So if you're, I think it's Bet365, Betfred or Sky, you can get 5 places on those. Absolutely worth having a little look. I had enough stuff going on with the channel stuff. I wasn't going to go and put anything from there on the channel, because my read, I'm happy with the way I read the form in there, and I'm happy on occasion to put horses up, but it wouldn't be my preferred track in terms of I'm not as fully encyclopedic knowledgeable about all of the French stuff. Anyway, 112 at Naas. It Was Fate 22s with Walnut Beach at 14s. Going on to the 5 o'clock Meydan. I like these 2 as a pair. There's not much between them. Stormy Ocean has got the better value because it's a bigger price, but in terms of actually if they were level prices, Ursa Mine would only be marginally ahead. So overall, Stormy Ocean slightly better value and is better for price. But Ursa Mine and Stormy Ocean, 4 times 25p each way doubles. So you put all 4 in the bet slip, combining together, 4 times 25p each way doubles, and we've got a 50p win single on Walnut Beach, just in case. Then we've got bookmakers. There's quite a few paying 4. But yeah, it's a weird combination. So it works out 365 and Paddy are your best ones, and then Sky, Unibet and Boyle Sport. So I don't know usually mention them, but they are the ones that are paying 4 on both. Most other bookies are 4 on one and 3 on the other. But those 5 are 4 on both. 250 is your bet. That's bet 2. Bet 3, Meydan and Wolverhampton. So 240 Meydan. And just a flag on that. Last week Meydan, we didn't get anything placing, but nothing was too far away. So it felt useful from a learning perspective to see how Meydan's going. So we'll see if I've improved for this week's Meydan offering. 240 at Meydan over in Dubai. Al Khazneh 22s. The 5 o'clock, I've split legged it between the 2 in the combination double. Ursa Minor at 12s and Stormy Ocean at 20s. The 6-10, Mudarab at 20s. And then the 7 o'clock Wolves, only one Wolverhampton horse for me, as well documented. Not so keen on that as a track for form reading, but Sarah's Verse at 18s. 2 times 10p each way, Yankees. So one Yankee, Al Khazneh, Ursa Minor, Mudarab and Sarah's Verse, and the other one, Al Khazneh, Stormy Ocean, Mudarab, Sarah's Verse. 2 separate 10p each way, Yankees. We've got a 50p win single on Ursa Minor and 50p each way singles on the others. So win single, Ursa Minor, each way singles on the others. Sky come out best for this. Then Hills and 888, because this 7 o'clock Wolves, I think it's Sky, Hills, 888 and Betfred are the only ones paying 4 places on that one. But for the actual full bet, Hills and 88 joint second, and then 365 and Paddy a joint 4th, and then Unibet and Betfred. The place definitely not to put your bet on for Meydan is Betway. Betway I will avoid Betway for Meydan. 890 is the bet. That's bet 3. And then finishing up the Dundalk special, tasty prices. I'm chancing my arm here, defo. 337 Dundalk, Fascinating Shadow. That absolutely could bounce back, and that's a monster price. So we are going in at 50s on Fascinating Shadow. 445 Dundalk, Western Cape at 25s. Then the 615 split legged. They're not in a combo double or anything, but Hope and Innocence was my slight favoured on the form read. But I didn't want to leave out Boskill Marie. So basically you've got a 20 to 1 shot. Paul Flynn, handicap debutant, in a low quality race with new headgear and a decent jockey for Dundalk. It was too big to move to not put it in. I don't like putting handicap debutants with 0 form in very often, to be honest. But from an equation point of view, with the maths that I do, it worked out. And then 645 Dundalk, I think we backed that before. Fahari, hoping for a better run than last time, 33s. 2 times 10p each way, Yankees. So again, Fascinating Shadow, Western Cape, Hope and Innocence, Fahari. Fascinating Shadow, Western Cape, Boskill and Fahari. 50p each way singles on the bottom 4. And sorry, it got a bit, I realised from a price point of view, really I should put an extra bit on. So Fascinating Shadow, 75p each way single. The other 4 are 50p each way singles. And then we've got a 30p, so there's 2 bets with an extra double. Usually I just do 1 bet with an extra double. I've got 2 bets with an extra double because I like the value for Friday. Fascinating Shadow and Western Cape. Western Cape's not is the second biggest price, but I preferred it for Fahari from a value perspective. So Fascinating Shadow, Western Cape, 30p each way double. Sky come out best at Dundalk, and then most bookies are 4. The one to avoid for Dundalk is Betfair. Don't bet your Dundalk bet at Betfair because most of those races are 3 places. Sky best, and so then on because of best price guaranteed, Paddy 365, Coral and Labyrinth 10.50. It's not very clear because I've added on the 50 pence. 10.50 is the total bet, so that should take you to £33 if I've got my maths right for that one. That is it. I think that was all I was going to cover. Yeah, so I'm very conscious of late uploading. It was getting a bit later and later and later, so I'll leave it there. And then I shall be back. It'll be a Friday night video. Yeah, I'll be on for Friday night. Friday night. I might go racing at the weekend. I need to double check a few things, but yeah, I might go racing at the weekend. I'll see. But yeah, last video of the week scheduled because no bonus video currently expected for Sunday. So last video of the week will be Friday night for Saturday selections. There's a couple of good handicaps and we'll see what else we can find out to go with it. But yeah, I think it's one at Warwick and one at... It's the Lanzarote in Kempton and it's the Veteran Chase at Warwick look like the best two, and we'll see what else we've got to go with them. I think it was the Veteran Chase last year. We had Wishing and Hoping at 50-1. That was a good bet. I liked that. It was a good bet. So see if we can find another 50-1 shot in the Veterans Chase. I doubt it, but we'll see. So yeah, I'll be back Friday night for those and including the Tips League stuff. And you know, it's been a Tips League. I was emailing Stephen, so Statman Stephen, who, as I will always say to you, is just the most incredibly helpful man to what I do on the channel. Because yeah, just all the stats he provides for the Tips League is just brilliant. But he reminded me, which I'd completely forgotten about, and I was like, how have I not marked it? This week I've moved past my 2-year anniversary and I completely forgot. I think because I did that really tired short video on Wednesday. But technically Wednesday was the anniversary of the first tips. Tuesday technically was the anniversary of the first video. So yeah, the channel's 2 years old. So yeah, very good. Excellent. Didn't think when I started it was going to get that far, but this is the gift that keeps on giving, and it'll stop giving at some point. But 2 years later, I'm still here making videos. All right, that's me. Enjoy your day. See you Friday night. Bye bye.